Good morning, everyone. I'm so glad to see you today. And welcome to Making Shakers, Part 1. Okay, we've been having a lot of fun singing songs together this past couple of weeks. And today I thought I would help you to make your own shaker. So while we're singing, we can shake along and have some fun. Now, your shaker doesn't have to look like this. It can look like anything you want. But I know how much you friends like to make noise. We all do. But it can look like anything, any decorations, anything you have at home is just fine. So let me tell you the things that we will need. And you can ask your family what you might already have. Okay, the first important thing is a paper plate. Doesn't matter if it has designs on it or not, because we're going to use the back side. The back side is always plain. Then we need something, of course, that will shake. So I chose rice, dried rice. You can use beans. You can use something like little pebbles, beads, whatever it is, doesn't matter as long as it shakes, because it's going to be inside and you won't see it. And a spoon is good to help put it in the shaker. You can also use your hands. Then, of course, you want your shaker to be really pretty, so you can use markers. You can use crayons, whichever you like the best. If you happen to have stickers, my granddaughters love stickers. There are stickers everywhere. You might notice that mine has some little ribbons on it for streamers. So, again, since I have granddaughters who love to have their hair done, I always have some ribbons around. You could also use just strings or not. Now, there are some things that you're going to need the grown-ups to help you with. So mom, dad, grandma, grandpa, please watch your children while they're doing this. I know you will, but there are some things that might not be safe for them to use by themselves yet. One of those things is a stapler, a pair of scissors, which are to cut the ribbons, Scotch tape, and that's going to be to help keep the staples safe. If you have a hole puncher, that's great because that can help you with the ribbons. Although you don't need it, you can also tape them on. And to make sure that the plate sticks together really well at the seams, I used a hot glue gun. And very, very important, kids, this is only for the grown-ups to do. Do not do this yourself because you can get burned with it. The glue is very hot. That's why it's called a hot glue gun. This is not like the glue we use at school. I'm a grown-up and I have burned my fingers a lot of times with a hot glue gun. It can take the skin right off your fingers. Trust me, I care about you and I don't want you to get hurt. So let me show you what happens with the hot glue gun. It heats up inside, gets really hot, so that this glue stick, this is a stick of glue, melts. And then, watch, the glue comes out as liquid. Very, very hot. It will dry. It takes a couple of minutes, but that is only for the grown-ups to do. Now, parents, if you want to use regular Elmer's glue, you can. It won't seal as well, and it will take a while to dry. You'll have to set something heavy like a big book on top of it, and it will take a while to dry, but that will work too. Okay, friends, so let's get down to the making. First, we want to decorate your paper plate. Here's one that I've already started. And I just drew some lines. This is something I like to do as a kid. Yes, even I was a kid once. And I took some markers, and I'm just going to make lines. You can do whatever you like. If you like flowers, if you want to draw cars, if you want to draw superheroes, if you want to write your name. And you only need to do the back because when we fold up the shaker, we won't see the inside, right? Okay. Let me make a few more lines using any colors, any designs you like. You know, one thing that I love about working with all our friends at school is that everybody is different. Everybody brings new ideas with them when they come to school. And you know what? I've been teaching at Baby Gator for almost 20 years, and I'm learning all the time. I love learning from you friends. I love learning new songs. I love learning how you think and if you like things. And I want to try all of your ideas. I love to talk to you. You keep me so interested. And over these past few weeks, I have missed being with you so much. I can't even tell you. All right, so once you've decorated your plate, and of course, take your time to do this. You can do this later on. We're going to ask one of your grown-ups to help you fold it. Now, when you fold something, you take it and just put it together. Put it together. All right, so I'm going to take my plate and grab it sort of kind of in the middle and double it over like that. And I can kind of bend it. I don't have to do too much because we want to give that rice room to move around, okay? All right. Here's where the grown-ups come in. Grown-ups, if you choose to use the hot glue, this is where we'll start to need your help. Now remember, the hot glue is optional. It just helps the shaker to stay together better. What I did was I went around the rim, starting about halfway. All right, can you see? Sorry, this is the best angle I could get at my kitchen table. All right, and give it a really good bead of glue. Make sure that you don't leave any spaces, because those grains of rice are really, really slippery little things. They will come out all over your carpet. All right, then give it a good squeeze. Yeah, it's hot even through the paper plate. This is why only the grown-ups do this. I don't want any of my little friends to come back to school with burned fingers. I don't want any of your grown-ups to get burned fingers either. All right, so we've got that about halfway, right? Now, what we're gonna do in that open area is to put some of our rice. And you don't need a lot because you want to give the rice room to rattle around in there. I would say put about 2 spoonsful of rice in there. 1, 2. You're gonna drop some. It's okay, no big deal. All right, so grown-ups, what you need to do now is to finish sealing up that plate. So here we go. Remember, this part is optional. It just helps to give it the best seal that you can get. All right. And remember to turn that hot glue gun off or unplug it as soon as you finish, because we don't want little people getting into it and getting hurt. All right. So I have my shaker, and if I want it to be done, it's beautiful. I love it. I can use it right away. Because you know what? That glue is already cooling off, although there may be some at the edges, so you might want to give it a minute. You can tell when it has completely dried because it turns white. When it's hot, it's clear, and when it's dry, it turns kind of white. All right. But let's say that I wanted to add some streamers for a little, pizzazz. What I'm going to do is down here on these corners, not in the middle because that rice will pour out, or I could do it on the top as well. I'm going to punch a hole over on the seam. And anywhere you want to put a ribbon. All right. So take a piece of my ribbon. I don't know, I'm going to use about 8-10 inches. I don't know. And thread it through that hole. And just tie it in a knot. Okay, and then maybe another color. You can use more than one. You can make it as long as you like. Okay, again through the hole. Tie a knot. And what would be really cool is if you had some jingle bells somewhere. You tied a jingle bell on the ribbon. Awesome. All right, so look what you have here. It kind of reminds me of a jellyfish. And you are good to go. Now, what I also recommend is that you take your stapler and go around the edges like this, again, for the grown-ups to do. Okay, so you have an extra layer of protection there. Now, if you're a worrywart like me and you wonder about little people getting hurt on the staples, although they're all seem pretty secure in there, you can take your Scotch tape and go around like this and put a strip over all your staples. Okay, so you've got like triple protection from that rice coming out and for little fingers. Completely up to you, but you got a good shaker here up. And for some reason I forgot all my stickers. I've got some eggs here. That's gonna make it extra sparkly. Please nobody tell my granddaughters that I got into their sticker stash, because that would be bad. They would call me the worst grandma ever. I've heard that before. Alrighty. Alright, see, I added a few. There you go. And that was Making Shakers Part 1. I hope you'll tune into Making Shakers Part 2. See you later.